This is Dyson Quinn back with a something, I guess, of a review and a Let's Play at the same time. Well, I'm back with Thackeray the Cat, the co-host, who's apparently very interested in the same product. Right now, I'm playing on, well, I'm playing Savage Lands. It's still in alpha, early access on Steam, and I'm playing on one of the Steam machines, the Alienware i7 core processor, which should be very fast. And I'm using the Steam controller modified for the game. So I'm really mainly here to talk about, well, the Alienware itself, and I guess Savage Lands, which, while in the process of testing out the Alienware machine, I ended up enjoying the game. My initial thoughts prior to the release of the Steam machines in general was that they're trying to compete in the console market with computers, which is a clever idea if you can grab all the market of the PCs and maybe move some of the console gamers over by using console controls and making it easier. Let's face it, a lot of console gamers simply dislike going in, updating DirectX, updating drivers, well, updating operating system, finding out Windows has crashed, putting a new boot disk in. It is a little bit easier just to play a game that you always know you have the equipment for on a console. The other side, you have lower end graphics because PCs can perform much higher in the graphics range than my co-host is desperately trying to climb onto the mixer console here. Either way, you can do, obviously, most of you, well, probably everyone listening knows, you can do high-end graphics. You can spend a lot of money on a PC and get fantastic play. My complaint about high-end graphics is, well, I have to wear more glasses in order to actually see the high-end graphics. Put on a larger screen, they need a larger monitor, can't use your TV. So my thought was the Steam machine might be a cross between console ease of use and PC access to games. And it is and it isn't. If you want to play Steam OS, which is Valve's specific OS, it might be well equivalent to the console operating system, then you do have a limited number of games. I think they are saying maybe 1,000 at release, but 1,000 5 to 10-year-old games. Is that really 1,000? And maybe that's unfair, but most of the games I've come across, Witcher 1, Witcher 2, well, they have Left 4 Dead. Most of the Valve games are available on the OS. There's some new ones, but none of the major releases from this fall, Black Ops or Phantom Pain, none of those games, Fallout, those are sorely missed from the lineup. Now, you can play those, if you're wondering. You can, if you have a PC that can play them, you can run it on the PC and then stream it directly through your network to the the Steam machine and play it on your TV. I'm not doing that. Right now I'm using the i7 processor, Alienware. It comes with 8 gig of memory and 1 terabyte hard drive, I believe. It's 3.4 gigahertz. And so far, I've noticed I've had great difficulty getting in the games. I tried Starbound. I happen to enjoy Starbound very much. Not high-end graphics, but fun game. And I just get so much screen flicker. I've tried changing the resolutions on it, and I finally gave up. Arc. I like that game. It has some very strong graphics. It seems to freeze with their controller mix, and I was looking for something that I don't have to sit down and do technical support with, because when you buy an Xbox One or Xbox 360 or PS3 or PS4 or Wii U, you put the game in, You don't worry about reconfiguring graphics, or at least you typically don't. Normally the game works unless there's server problems or a first-day patch. So, strangely, this alpha release game, Savage Lands, which as you can see is a survival game with some sketchy graphics, admittedly, but is an alpha, worked relatively smoothly. You can, one nice feature of the Steam controller is you can remap the controllers, and if you've not seen the Steam controller, I should import a picture of it, but I imagine everyone's seen it. Instead of having two normal thumbstick controllers, I have two touchpads in there, and basically think of a laptop touch-sensitive mouse pad, but fit to the movement of the thumb. I find it to be sensitive because I always overreact with the mouse anyhow. So right now I'm going left and right with the one thumbstick that would act like the mouse, and just it's not a thumbstick. Sorry, it's the right control pad. And you just move your thumb back and forth like you would, say, a thumbstick, but you're moving it on the mouse. It takes a little getting used to, but I think that's something that you can overcome as a gamer once you get the experience, because new gamers have the same problem with controllers. I'm using a community set. Oh, I'm being attacked by wolves right now. Okay. I guess I got him. And there's... Not easy to find the escape button on your controller. Almost hit it. Now, I don't know if this is my aiming or if they have a built-in probability. And what I'm doing right now is I'm using the right thumb pad to drag. As you can see, I'm sort of very early stage of learning the control of the mouse to drag it over and drop it. And what I'm using as the left click on the mouse is the left trigger, actually. No, I'm sorry, not the left trigger, the A button. Like a typical console controller, it not only has the left and right pads that would replace the control sticks, it does have a control stick also, and then it has the 4 standard push buttons that you would find on a typical controller, and then it has left-right trigger and left-right bumper, and then beneath it has left-right underneath bumper or button. I would compare that to the new Xbox One Elite controller. At the bottom it has buttons. This is only one left, one right, not a double set down there. All these are programmable. So if you play a keyboard, you could take this controller and reprogram it to match those buttons on the keyboard. So what I'm doing, instead of going EWASD for movement, I am actually using the control stick, the real control stick. And then I've not programmed the bottoms. You see I'm going through my hot bar down there. I'm using the left control pad, but I cannot figure out how to get to the far end, because pushing up goes over 2, pushing left goes, well, to a menu. Pushing right, that wasn't, I hit the wrong button there. I'm trying to figure out basically how to move this. What I'm doing, I can't get to the end, so I've just moved it to there, to the third one. And then pushing up and right brings me over 1. So up, right, and down brings you back to the first, but nothing seems to be able to bring you to that 4th. Now, I can reconfigure all that. I'm just wanting to play the game. That was the key ingredient for me. It was like a console, because it looks like a console. It's actually smaller than most consoles. Well, it is smaller than everything but the Wii U presently. It's about the size of the old Nintendo Wii console. Very compact, very, very fast, except maybe when you're playing games. I get a lot of pop-in, a lot of lag. been in the game for a while, so I don't have as much pop-in as I did before. But when playing Ark, I actually didn't know I was missing some pop-in graphics, and I started walking, and they popped in, and I got stuck in the middle of a rock. So you might want to move around just a little bit to get the graphics to pop in. It seems like once they pop in, they'll be fine. I'm sure all that's going to be worked out. Right now, your standard PC equivalent is probably faster, and the graphics would be better because this is, I'm using a wide 55-inch LCD TV right now, and I'm trying to compare it to the others. So booting up was easy, logging in was easy, had a Steam account already, so not a problem. A number of the games are, while not directly compatible, you can just go in and remap the keyboard, because this is also really a Linux operating system. And then the games that aren't, there's a strictly Windows or Mac compatible, you can stream those. You're going to get some laggy moments in that, unless you have a very fast internal network. I would suggest avoid network streaming, just in general. I've done it, a Wi-Fi streaming. If you're going to Wi-Fi stream, I've done it with the PS4 and the Vita, and those machines were actually built around streaming wirelessly. And you still get lag, depending on what room you're in, depending on the weather, depending on what signals are going through your house, depending on if you're playing the guitar or not, or in your room with a bunch of guitars, like I typically am. So I would say stick to your network for the best gameplay and the least amount of lag. And then they do include a wireless transmitter for the a controller that you plug into a USB port on your Steam machine, and then you can bring it closer to your controller to prevent any sort of lagging or delays between your pushing the buttons and getting the controller. I find this interesting because I don't really have, in most games on consoles, any issue with the controller and too much delay, between lag between hitting the button and actually getting a response. It seems to be they've got that down. I'm not sure what is being expected with the Steam machine here by giving me a 5-foot USB cable with a broadcaster on the end of it to put next to my controller. So plug the controller in. You can plug the controller in directly also. But I am using it wirelessly, but just about 3 feet away from the broadcasting antenna. That said, with the Alphaware, which is really made by Dell, you do have, of course, the standard Alienware. I'm calling it Alphaware. Alienware. The Alienware Alpha is what it is. The Alienware has a standard alien on the front and the little, sharp angle on the side of the box. You can change those colors, as to be expected. So you can customize it. The OS or the UI for it is easy to use. Very large buttons. Surprisingly, not as intuitive as any of the console systems out there right now. I think because they're trying to cross between standard Steam PC and their own. But I think they're going to develop their own personality. I think the game issue will be resolved if they get a strong enough user base. This is one of those vicious circles. If there are not enough users, then I don't think game companies are going to port their games. Games that are on there right now seem to be quick ports, so you're getting slower processing. That I've seen happen with other consoles and other games. New OS, new development package, you have a little time to port it over, you're going to get some bad ports. Overall, at least this game has been working fairly well. Most of the problems have been me trying to figure out what to do, like how to eat an apple, or how not to eat an apple, how to chop down a tree, figure out how to craft things. So Would I suggest the Alphaware? The Alienware Alpha. Honestly, I wouldn't say buy one now. I would maybe wait a few months. Now, with that, there's a caveat. If we don't support it, you might not see software for it, and it could bring it to its own demise. That's really going to come down to people that want to see something closer to a PC platform. And are they willing to go with the Steam option? Another problem that I see right now is broadcasting is limited to Steam broadcasts. Friends can watch, and you can broadcast on the Steam's broadcast network. But going to Twitch, going to YouTube, you're going to have to use your regular hardware capture setup for that. They don't seem to be trying to block it yet. But unlike most of the consoles, you can just hit a button and stream. Here you can stream to Steam, which I guess is going to enter the market in the streaming business, because that is becoming obviously a very big business, attractive business. Everyone gets to have their own voice. It's where blogging was years ago. So right now, I would say hold off unless you have the money. Then maybe consider an i3, which is going to be around the $400 price. Just because, well, you're not going to spend as much money. I mean, if you're going to want to go to the high end, do the i7, which is $750. In my case, it actually was a pre-order that I thought I'd cancel, and then I got it, and I was going to return it. Tried to return it. Unfortunately, the salesman was new, and the store I was returning to, and I couldn't quite figure out how to return it. So I was going to come back, and I thought, well, what the heck? I'll actually just give it a try out, because I can return it even after I tried it. It doesn't work, and after the first 20 minutes, I was pretty much ready to return it because of the difficulty of just trying to get a game work. I honestly thought Starbound, which is, I believe, just a Java browser game, I thought that would be the simplest to use. And what happens is you get a flicker between two screens. It jumps between the info screen and the actual game screen, as though it's having a paging issue. So then I tried a few other games, and the controller either locked up, or I got stuck in rocks, or the controller mapping was so difficult. I tried Witcher. That, because it was designed for a controller, works fairly well. But I was hesitant to do a video on Witcher 2 because the graphics are very dated. Now, not that the graphics in this game are better, but at least it's an alpha. So, you don't have quite... Well, you do have the triangles, so... yeah, maybe I should have went with Witcher 2. I don't know. There are some other games out there you can do as well. I was trying to get something new and interesting that gives you a reason to go to the Steam machine. Witcher 2, you can do on your PC or your Xbox 360, or it's not very difficult to get a hold of. So why buy a Steam machine to play Witcher 2? Hence, I'm on Savage Lands, and Steam is running a very great sale this release weekend, or this following weekend, because they want to promote Steam Machine and trying, I think, to get all the software they can. You can get Portal, Left 4 Dead, not really new titles. Team Fortress, not yet. So, but there's some other games. I'm sure there'll be more as soon as people can get filled with benefits. But now I'll talk a little bit about Savage Lands. Well, you've been probably watching as I've been talking about everything but Savage Lands. It's obviously a crafting game, very much, well, like so many. I don't want to say Minecraft. It's the grandfather of crafting games. There's many games out there, crafting, survival. I happen to enjoy that genre, which is what pulled me to it. And also the fact that I had some difficulties with Ark. I'm sure it's just me doing something, or maybe there was a little bit of extra lag in the graphics right now. There's something to my right making a horrible noise. And, well, I'm just going to keep looking. Look for a rock, actually, see if I can pull some more. The thing's big, though, whatever it is. This is the first time we played the game. I noticed that I have, well, I'm getting cold. If you look at my temperature bar at the top of the screen. And that thing is still making noise. I don't know if you can hear it because I'm too loud. I've been working to try and bring the mix up a little bit with the audio of the game, with my audio, and trying to vary it because I don't want to be a loud announcer. I'm supposed to be talking about this. I'm hammering on a rock axe right now to see if I can actually get anything, and I'm really abusing this axe too. So I did. I don't know if I have to dig then. But stone, so let me see if I can get something better. Here's a different looking rock. Nope, popped in with a different texture, so it's the same one. Like just ignore the creature making. Oh, yep. So that's how you can get more. Let me pull out a hammer. That's really what you use, I guess, on a rock. Or pickaxe. But I don't think they want to go that route. A little bit too obvious. So, let me see if this works better than an axe. Kill some of these. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's the things. And I'm hearing movement to my right. I'm going to do what everybody would do in the forest at night. Just keep hammering the rock. Getting cold. I can tell from my shivering sound and the fact that my temperature is going down, but I need more. This is the mining mania that hits you when you play a survival game. Okay, let's get this and make sure I can find my camp. I see the horizon out there. I don't know if I've mentioned this in other video or not, but when the sun is on the horizon, it's actually about 10, 20 degrees below the horizon. It's just a refraction of the light and an image of the sun being cast up, so it's already cold. So when it's on the horizon, you're cold as though it's night. You're just getting basically a pretty picture of the sun. And, well, this one's below the horizon, so I'm going to go with it's cold. I don't know if the program is just getting aware of that. I'm just cold, probably because all this snow and wind. In fact, I don't have much clothes. And there's a campfire. Am I going to die before I get to it? Oh, if I get to it, we'll wrap up the video. Hold it here because we'll make it too long. And I'll continue with the Let's Play on this using the Alienware Alpha Steam Machine. Too many names for it. And Savage Land Alpha. I think I got all that right. Am I going to warm up? Or is the fire going to go out and I'm going to fall over dead? So much to decide. I could craft while I'm waiting to die. That would be a wonderful thing. Craft something and die frozen. I assume because I can build a resurrection site that it just game doesn't end, I might lose myself. Okay. So yeah, well, let's build something before I die, in case I do die. Either way, we'll start wrapping it up here soon. If you're interested, make sure you subscribe. Let me know that you want some more of these videos on the Alienware Alpha Steam Machine OS, Steam OS, or Savage Land. Definitely going to do some more Savage Land. Some Subnautica also. Maybe I'll stream that through the Alphaware and do a video on that so you can see how that works out. Of course, the fire went out, so, but I'm warming up now, so it doesn't look like I'm going to die crap. Which, in a survival game, I think is poetic. Do you agree? That I don't hear you, so I don't know if you agree. So I'll take that as a yes, because everyone loves poetic stuff. I'm not even sure what I want to do. So let's look at the ashes going into the stars and the moon. And this is Ice and Quinn. Thanks for watching. And subscribe. Come back. See you later.